So here is a quick iMovie tutorial that can help you create a quick documentary using some basic features in iMovie. So I've opened the application. I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to start from scratch, so just a blank movie. And so what I would like to do is I need to import my media first. It's going to be in there, so I have some photos and some audio that I've clearly labeled so I can find them, and I have high quality images that'll look good here. So here it is. And one thing with the video is it's sort of B-roll footage, and I don't want it to get in the way. It's an interview with Bill Gates and Steve Jobs. I don't want the audio to get in the way of a voiceover, so I'm going to click here over the speaker button and just remove the audio. You see there's a little bit of a red band, and so it's based on my narration. I'm going to drag this green, MP3 file into the audio section. And then I know, the cue is based on, I've listened to this and I know what wants to go where. So for the first part, I want about 10 seconds because it is, that's how long my first talking point is going to be, an introduction. And then I'm going to go with, so that's the young Steve Jobs with the Macintosh. The next logical thing, might be Steve Jobs in his 20s. And so what I'll do is I'll show that. So this is, not in his 20s, in the 90s. The first one was in his 20s. This is, he's in his 40s. And I know that I need about another, 12 or so seconds for that point. And, I'll then put in the video because it's sort of in between the first and the last one. And then my last part is a little, actually, sorry, this one I actually wanted for 20. I wanted it for 22. So if I need to make a change, I'll just drag and drop it. I'll just run this one a little longer, and it'll all work out. And what's my last one? Oh yeah, where he introduces the phone and the first iPhone. So I will drag that here. And again, I'll make sure it fills all the way to the end. And there it is. It's about a minute 10. Now, what you might like is some transitions from one to another. So sometimes they can be a little gimmicky. So I like some of the basic ones in the first row. You can just put your cursor here and sort of go over it, see how it would do. I don't like this little black spot in the middle, so I'm just going to go with a cross dissolve. And you drag it in between the little black bar that's in between, and it sort of figures out how much to take from each clip, each one in between. Now, I'm just going to again extend this so that the whole thing balances out. Now, another thing that I might want to do is some titles. Now, this sort of voiceover that I'm talking about, it is based on the Steve Jobs book by Walter Isaacson. So I'm going to go click on titles, and you can see there's a variety of styles. Just be aware, some of the first ones are commonly used, and they become a little gimmicky. You might want to customize them. So I'm going to take one, it's called Pull Focus. I'm going to drag it down here, and I'm going to make it last about, a little longer. I think 5 seconds will be a good time to put my title up there. And so if I'm clicking on that, you can sort of see it here. I'm just going to put that because I want it to be also a bit of a book review. This isn't actually a documentary I've made, more a book review. I'm just going to put the title in here, Steve Jobs, and then in the smaller one, by Walter Isaacson. And I'm going to, make it, I'm going to change the font, I'm going to go with, let's say, Futura Medium, a different font, for the first one. I'm going to make it a bit bigger so that it kind of jumps out a little more. I'm going to change the color here to black. I don't know, that won't look too good. I'm going to keep it white. Or maybe let's go with, I can pick any color. I just want to, preview it a little bit. So, maybe I'll go with kind of a bit of a yellow. So that is good. And close the colors. I don't need them anymore. This might work if you had to interview someone or you needed some information. For me, for my book report, it works because I want to have some themes that I thought were relevant in the book. So the first one, You can see the purple line starts to where it's going to start. Again, I want about 5 seconds. I'm going to click here, and what I want is, one of the themes was, about creating a brand image. So that'll be my first point. And I'm going to, set my settings so that, they match. If you do a medium, this white, you can't see it over the iMac there. So I'm going to change that to a black. You can sort of see. I want it to be pretty consistent, last the same amount of time. So I'm going to right click on this, copy, and then, I'm going to paste it here. Copy, and then I'm going to hit Control V, paste here. Now I want to make sure, does it look, well, he's kind of wearing like a black sweater, I think I'm going to have to change that, so that it shows up a little better, white and black, it's not too dramatic. It's still going to work, and then I'm going to, paste it again here, and this works because it's on the screen for the same time. It's not, it's not inconsistent. No, this one definitely I need to make white because he's definitely with his black sweatshirt, and the background needs to be white. So what was the theme for the second one? It was focus, because Apple focused on keeping things simple, and then the last part was details. And so I've sort of gone and done that, and if you do have to you can put your cursor at the front, you can press play.
To give a quick review of Steve Jobs by Walter Isaacson.
Alright, well, so something didn't quite go right with my my title, so I'm going to go just double click on that. I'm going to edit it again, make sure I get it exactly how I want it. Sometimes you do have to do things twice. And then you should listen through it, and you can see how the transitions would go. If I wanted to see, well, what's going to happen, when it transitions from one to another.
Lessons one could learn, I think that I would say 3 important points are to impute.
You kind of see, talking about imputing his brand image. So there, I have it done. So I think I'm almost close to finished. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit on the top left, projects. Give it my name. Now here it is. When I need to send it to someone, I can share it as a file that'll open anywhere. You could upload it to your YouTube account if it was already linked here. But then you save the file, pick your location, and then you're done. And as soon as the little circle in the top completes, your documentary is ready and it can go. But it's not quite ready yet, but my documentary is done, and so is my screencast.